Hey, it's Coach 2K with Coach2K.com. Here kicking off the rookie ladder against the 30th worst team in the league, the Philadelphia 76ers. Going to show you how to approach rookie level and how to build your game from scratch. We're going to leave all this stuff on auto. Not worry about these kind of details until we advance up the ladder. And what we're going to focus on is George Hill in this game, the point guard spot, working on his playbook. We want to shoot a high percentage from the field. We want to keep our turnovers down, but more importantly, we want to work on-ball defense. A lot of off-ball defenders out there. I'm going to show you how to work on that. And, of course, we want to win the game so we can move up the ladder. All right, the first defensive tip is to knock down shots in the offensive end so that you got to play against 5 guys on defense. And then I set up my defense on the three-point line, and then I just try and keep a manual defender on the imaginary line between the ball and the basket. So here you can see I'm doing that. There's a little indicator there that kind of shows you, and it'll turn green when you're in the right position. And then you just want to give enough cushion, keep them just in front of you, and don't worry about giving up space right now, and then you want to get the rebound. Okay, here's another defensive possession. I take George Hill and I plant him on the three-point line and on the imaginary line between the ball and the basket. And then in order to get into a good defensive stance, you just have to hit L2. You can see I'm in it. And I'm not going to press any other buttons on this possession. I'm going to come up with a steal as the guy goes to the basket just by staying in front of my guy. Okay, they just scored here, so you can see where I catch the ball. I don't run all the way to half court and catch it. And then I'm just going to work through George Hill's playbook, and I'm going to take the first play and call it, and then I'll just call the second play and the third until I work through all the plays. And that's how you get familiar with all the plays in the playbook, and you see I have good rotation and a score. Okay, now we're back on defense, trying to stay on that imaginary line. And I keep a defender there. I get a good contest. And so I come down. I don't have any numbers here. You can see I don't have an advantage. So I pull it out, and then I set up and call a play. So I work on the next play in its playbook. And that's just kind of, again, how you get familiar with the playbook is you just have to start by calling the plays. And I'm going to get George Hill here in where he's 90 rated for an easy jump shot. Okay, now when substitutions are made, there's a little thing that comes up at the bottom. You want to pay attention to that to see who's coming in for you because we got it on auto subs, and also who's coming in for the other team so you know who you have to match up with. Now they're going to go into a timeout here, and I just wanted to show you that we're not worried about the points of emphasis. We're not worried about the defensive settings. You usually want to go in, check your fatigue, see how they're doing. The points of emphasis, I just got them on auto right now. Not going to worry about matchups, defensive settings are all on auto, and then you can check the stats during a timeout and see, you're giving up a lot of threes, a lot of points in the paint, and that'll tell you kind of how you need to adjust, down the road. All right, another possession here, and I just want to point out the play art. Kind of gives you some guidance on how to run the play. So you kind of want to follow along with that until you get to know the plays pretty well. You see George Hill's going to come out here, and he's going to shoot from his cold zone. It's not as forgiving, and I don't get the shot, so he's going to miss it. Okay, so during this game, I'm just feeling my way through these plays because I haven't ran a lot of them myself. And so I'm just kind of seeing what happens and just trying to have good court awareness to see, the timing and get a good position. And I'll have George Hill come around the screen here. This is a hawk play, and he'll get into the mid-range and he'll shoot a 90-range mid-range jumper. And it's 13 left to play here. All right, after a missed shot here, I run in transition, but I don't really have an advantage, but I do have a spot-up shot from 3 there with Paul George. So in transition, you're going to find opportunities for 3 from a trailer like that. All right, now we saw this play earlier, but we'll run it again. You can see when I run the play, I kind of get cut off. And you kind of have to work with, sometimes the plays kind of get caught up, like you see a little traffic there, and then I get bumped here. So you just kind of have to be patient and let the play out. Here it pays off. I get a nice 3 from George Hill. All right, now I try and run in transition here, but I see I'm not going to be successful, so I pull it out. You got to recognize that, pull it out. Here it pays off because I get a nice 3. All right, now in this play, what's going to happen is I'm going to need to get it to the elbow, and you're going to see there's going to be a little bit of congestion there. You want to make sure that the defenders clear out before you throw it into the high post here. So you can see I let that guy go through, and then I get a nice shot. It's a little contested because I'm still working on timing and stuff, so I still get it lucky and get it to go down. All right, on defense here, I wanted to show you me getting beat off the dribble, so you can see I make mistakes too. Now luckily here I get a block, and then I get in transition, and it's a 2-on-1. This is what a good fast break looks like, and I get an easy score. All right, now here I'm paying attention. I catch my defender sagging, and I get a nice wide open jump shot. Now in this clip I wanted to show you the advantage of reading the defense. As I come down here, you're going to see George Hill pop out at the wing, and he's going to be being played tight by his defender, which means that it's going to be easier to get that guy a backdoor cut. And so this play luckily takes advantage of it. It's a really nice play, and I got to work on the timing of it, but it still ends up getting George Hill an easy layup.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Okay, I just want to point out you got to read the defense. You can see George Hill in the corner there being played tight again, and then you can see I throw it into the high post, and George Hill comes and gets the ball, and the defense collapses into the paint. So that's a good indication they're protecting the paint. Okay, when you're running an offense, my goal of an offense is to get the highest percentage shot possible, and that's right at the rim. And so here you're going to see this play does exactly what I want it to do and gets me a nice, easy layup.
His switch has definitely been flipped to on.
All right, back on the defensive side of the ball, I just want to point out again, I'm set up on the three-point line, on the imaginary line between the ball and the basket. I don't do anything special on this possession except for just do that. I don't push any buttons, never hit steal. And what happens is, just by playing good fundamental defense, I end up with a fast break, one on nobody dunk.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them.
One of the
All right, another example of reading the defense here. Because I'm taking my time and coming down and kind of looking at what's going on, you can see like way over there in the corner how much cushion he's getting. And so I already kind of know they're protecting the paint. And so you can see I take advantage of it here as the guy collapses to the paint, and I get an easy shot in the corner. Okay, another example of paying attention to the defense here. You can see I'm going to run a pick and roll here in a minute. And it's the guy, I think it's Stuckey, as he cuts, his guy's going to go all the way to the corner with him. Watch how tight he is. And that leaves the pick and roll wide open for an easy dunk.
And Hill throws it down.
And they seem to have gotten
Indiana, who's out on top at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, shooters were popping open right and left. Exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of the defense.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
Barbecue chicken. They were completely overmatched in the low post. I couldn't believe the amount of points they allowed in the paint. Wow, I thought I was out there scoring, playing basketball. They got to switch things up, get some different matchup because they are getting eaten alive. Barbecue chicken.
So Indiana will take it the other
All right, I put this in here because I wanted you to see me get Hill into a better position to take
is
advantage of his rating. So I step inside the three-point line, still got space, and hit the shot. All right, now in this play, it ends up getting kind of broken a little bit. Ellis tries to make a cut. He can't do it, so he just kind of goes out. So it just shows the importance of just kind of reading and reacting to the play. I mean, you don't have to follow the play diagrams exactly, so don't think it has to be line by line, because it ends up here, I get an easy dunk just because I'm paying attention to where everybody's going, and you can do that too.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim.
And both free throws good.
Okay, so in this play, you're going to see Ellis is being played tight out top. So that means the defense, if I get a backdoor cut, he's going to get an easy shot. So here I wind up with just a wide open layup.
A full year just to rehab injuries and an open path.
Okay, more good defense here as I just stay in front of my man. I end up getting a steal and a wide open layup on the other end. The thing about transition is you want to take it when it's there, but when it's not, you don't want to force it.
And it's Ellis picking up the assist.
To their benefit.
All right, another play here where I notice that George Hill's being played tight on the wing, and Monte Ellis takes advantage of the lane created by that fact that he's playing so tight over there. And so as you gain more experience with your playbook, you'll know when to call plays to take advantage of things and get layups just like that.
Now he's shooting 6 for 7 and make the rebound.
Okay, we got running in transition here, but again, there's no numbers, so I call play. And we kind of already know they're playing the perimeter tight, and the paint is kind of open. So you can see here that, again, I'm going to take advantage of it by running a play that ends up getting a backdoor cut for Monte Ellis. And we end up, again, getting a wide open layup, a high percentage shot.
It's good again, and the next one, 7 for 8 shooting.
And again, this is a stretch where we're actually playing pretty well, and we get into the play, and I give it to Monte, and George Hill reads the defense and goes behind it and gets a nice, easy layup without even running the play. So you got to pay attention to that.
34 points for Hill.
All right, another good example of just solid defense paying off. I'm not out there spamming the steal button. I just stayed in front of my guy, wound up with a steal and a wide open dunk. All right, another good example of reading the defense. You're going to see Solomon Hill over there getting played tight. Winds up in an opportunity where the paint's wide open for another easy layup. All right, now the only way you're going to become a Hall of Fame player eventually is by learning how to play on-ball defense. And unfortunately, the only way to learn is to get beat off the dribble. Here I get beat off the dribble, so I put that on there just to show you that I'm working on it too. Now my teammates pick me up and I get a wide open dunk, but you got to work on it. All right, we're back to running the play we ran earlier just because we're kind of cycling through them. And you're going to see here that George Hill comes, or actually that's Monte, he's playing the point now. And I didn't really like the way his feet were set. He's not really a top-rated three-point shooter, so I didn't shoot it from there. But I did get a backdoor cut with Rodney Stuckey, who ended up getting an and-one.
Chance here now for a three-point play.
Now I put this clip in here because you see the CPU just gets a bunch of offensive rebounds, and I don't come up with the ball. And so I just wanted to show you that things that happen on Hall of Fame mode also happen on rookie mode. So, don't get frustrated when things don't go your way. Just keep working at it. Because you can see here right away I come back and get a wide open dunk. Okay, another play here again. Watch Solomon Hill over on the right wing. And, you're going to notice what I do, and that is the CPU goes out and just kind of hugs him. That means he's being played tight, which means that I can get a backdoor play, and that's exactly what I ended up doing. So luckily I had the play on there. So the point about this is that as I learn my playbook more and more, when I see those things, then what I can do is take advantage of them by calling a specific play to take advantage of what the defense is giving me. The point of going through all these plays is to get to know them like the back of your hand, so that when you see a situation unfold on the floor, you can actually take advantage of it instantly. Because this year the game's a little harder as you go up into the levels. It's a lot harder to get shots. So here I get a nice layup just because they're playing everybody tight. All right, in this clip I just wanted to show you that when you run plays you got to be patient, and sometimes you want to do things instantly, but sometimes just waiting a fraction of a second later is all you need to get an easy shot. So here I want to throw it there, but I wait a second and he ends up getting an easy dunk. So as you run your plays and you get to learn your playbook, probably what's even more important is just getting down the timing of when everybody's going to be everywhere, and so that you can get the ball where you need to at just exactly the right time. As there I get Chase Buttinger for an easy three. So George Hill ended up being the player of the game. 34 points, 10 assists, 2 rebounds. Talking him up in the post-game show. I went into the game focusing on George Hill, but we got everybody involved. I mean, I think we had a couple guys with 20. So we're going to see the stats here in a second, and you're going to see that I ended up shooting like 70% from the field. We kept the CPU under 40%, which is great. We kept our turnovers down. So we accomplished pretty much everything we wanted to do. Not only that, we shared the ball really well because we had tons of assists. So we had 52 assists, and I can't read it, but 59 buckets. So, I mean, that's a lot of assists. And that's what you want to do. I mean, you want to get your whole team involved as the point guard, not just, focus on using your point guard to score, although there's going to be times to do that. So those are the stats. So I won by 60 on rookie. If you don't win by 60, don't worry about it. The point is you start from where you start. And here you can see we had 6 guys in double figures. So it was a great game all around. So I'll kind of let you read some of those stats, and then we're going to show the shot chart in a second. So that was game 1 of the rookie ladder. So now we're done with Philadelphia. So we're going to move on to the next team up the ladder, which is the Denver Nuggets, and see how we fare against them. So I don't really have any question. We'll win all these games on rookie, but we're going to learn a lot about our team on the way up. So I'll think about what I want to work on in the next game, and then I'll Hope that you subscribe to my channel. I hope you like this series. Let me know if you want to know anything in the comments. And if we get a chance to play sometime, then I will see you on the court.